Oh, hi, and welcome back to my channel. So this is a series of videos which will be on the Grundig RF150. And there is an interesting story behind this radio because it was the feature on another YouTuber's channel. And some of you may have heard of my mate Vince on YouTube, who does various repairs and did a series where he completely repaired a Rolls Royce that was the worst one he could find and got it working and got it MOT'd and on the road. And he appeared recently at Nebworth Motor Show near Nebworth House, and I met him there, and he very kindly passed this on to me, which featured in one of his videos. So I have the information on it, which I managed to download, and I'll just show briefly. There is actually a picture of me sitting in the rolls, as you do, and I'll come back to that one. There is the radio actually sitting on the bonnet of the car, and another view of that, and there is me with Vince by the car. So there's quite a story behind this. Now, I'll put a link for the video that Vince made on this radio. I have the circuit diagram here, and the original repair was quite straightforward because there was a broken fuse in the plug. So, but then Vince went on to look at these dial lights. Now I don't think my mouse is showing up very well on there, so I'll point to it. These two dial lamps were blown, and he put the bulbs he had in there, which are meant for a lower voltage because they're rated at 7 volts. Now I noticed looking at the circuit diagram, there's actually an adjustable resistance in series with these, which means that you can turn the voltage down. The voltage will be dropped by that resistor, which may be enough to bring them down to the recommended voltage. But it also occurred to me that as these are lower rated voltage, I could wire them in series instead of parallel like that, so that half the voltage would be dropped across each one. So that's one thing I may look at, and whether I can get diffused ones or not, which he suggested, I don't know. I rather suspect it'll be just a matter of altering the brightness. An alternative you can do, and I've seen other people do, is to put different coloured LEDs in, so you can get quite a nice effect with green or blue LEDs or something like that. But to keep it original, it would use the Lilliput Edison screw bulbs, which are like little flashlight bulbs really. Those would be more original, so, or even if I changed the wiring a little bit to accommodate lower voltage ones. We've been there already. I'll go back one. If I zoom in a bit, we can also hopefully look at some of the circuit here. This is only part of the circuit. This is the audio amplifier stage, and there are these capacitors, these things here, electrolytics, which, although Grundig use extremely good quality components, they're half a century old now. So it may well be worth me taking that one out, and one or two of the others is here. There's also some in the power supply to smooth any ripple out. And there's a voltage regulator circuit here. Sometimes these sender diodes get tired. You have to make sure that the voltage and regulation is good. I think this thing's designed to run on about 10 volts. So I can check that out. Also, there is a link here, which the idea is you put a milliamp meter in there and adjust a resistor down here with a milliammeter in that link instead of the link, you can adjust the current flow through here to be 8 milliamps, and you can adjust the biasing and so on and check it on a scope to make sure the amplifier is at its optimum. So mainly, yes, it would be a matter of just checking these electrolytics. If one or two of them test really good, then it's probably okay to leave them. I suspect the ones in the power supply may well not be up to spec. The other thing I can do is check in the alignment. I don't touch the FM alignment if it's working, because it's like black magic. So I far rather not adjust the FM, but I would check the shortwave and medium wave bands to make sure they're tuned for optimum. I also noticed on the back that this has got a DIN connector for connecting it to a tape deck or a phono. I'm not quite sure at the moment about this last switch, whether it's the switch between record and playback, or I would imagine maybe you can use it with a record deck, so maybe it switches between the two. You then got a U, K, M and L. Now this one I think is the FM, VHF. This one will be short wave, medium wave and long wave, and that's to switch it off. So you turn it on by pressing one of these, turn it off by pressing that one. So Vince has done all the hard work, the cleaning up, using deoxit, and I haven't even got any deoxit because it costs so much. But yeah, that's the start of it. As I say, I've got the information, it's all in German, but at least I can use good old Google Translate there. And I would also point out this thing is pretty big because it's standing on top of my jukebox. You can imagine the jukebox is a fair size there, and there it is against my laptop, so it's a bit large for me to work on in my tiny little spare room that I usually work in, but we'll see how I get on. Once the chassis is out, it wouldn't be so big. So that's just a sort of triage video really of what's going to come in this series, and again, really very, very grateful and thankful to Vince for this, and to give me a subject for another video. And you really could check out his videos, because he's got a marvellous way of talking through his thought processes. You can really follow how he's thinking and how he's solving the problems, and he's had, in my opinion, some remarkable results over the years. So it's well worth a look. Well worth a look. Okay, well, I hope that's of interest to some of you, and do like and subscribe if you appreciate this, and it would be nice to get a few more members. And I hope, as I say, you will check out my mate Vince on the various videos, and you can also find this one and another Grundig with a speaker at the other end. I noticed about 6 months ago was another video, so well worth a look. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. And as for now, goodbye and have a good day.